What's up, guys? I'm Mike.
I'm Luke.
Today we're looking at all the red cards coming at you in OP06. Notably, we're going to talk about this in a fully expanded sense. We know the ban list has been announced. We don't know if it's going to have an English effect in 06. If so, we don't know when. So we will mention the ban list. We will talk about the ban list, but we're going to talk about it from a holistic preview where Sagazuki also matters.
Yeah.
And if you guys are looking for also a review in context of playing your pre-release and winning your pre-release here, or anything else when it comes to the meta, we have some other videos on that. You can go check out on the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe. Luke, starting with our set cards. Oh, we're in Altar. Come on, come on.
The red, purple Udo like leader, 4 life, 5 power, film, very good film stonks. The fact is, when attacking, you may trash one film type card from your hand. Give one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power during this turn.
It's 2,000? I said 1,000 during the meta ranking.
It's fine.
I don't think it changes that much.
It doesn't change. It doesn't change.
That's super relevant, actually.
Yeah. Then add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and then rest it. So you gain ramp and you get some minus down a character. I mean, like headed into the threat ranges of like, I don't know, what are you gonna use? Like Marco?
Yeah, my opinion is if you like the card base in this, you should probably just, unless you're specifically just trying to play the bigger stuff, you should probably just play Red Purple Law.
Yeah. Same thing, but like, easier.
Yeah. I also want to introduce with these videos the flavor scale. So our power scale is 1 to 5. And our flavor scale is 1 to 5.
Yes.
I think this one on a power scale is, for leaders, I think it's a 3.
Now, before you say the flavor, what are the parameters of the flavor scale? What do you think? What do you say?
When I read this card, when I play with this card, when I see the art of this card, does it feel like it's invoking the character? I think it's saying One Piece card game does very well most of the time. Is when I play a card effect, it's like, oh, this feels like the character.
This feels like it. Yeah.
And stuff like that, or the art really invokes the character. For this one, I think it's like 4. 3 on the power. 3 is like it's fine.
Yeah.
5 is like, oh my god. 1 is like, I wish this card wasn't ever printed. For not good reasons.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it the same rating on the flavor scale. And the power scale, I mean,
I think it's still better than the average leader.
I guess.
Basically, just because it fuels you playing better cards sooner.
I just feel like all I think about is like it stacking up against other things, and I'm just like,
yeah.
But like
we have a new Inazuma, new Revolutionary Army, 5k4.
Yep.
1k counter. If this character has 7,000 power or more, it gains Banish.
Yeah.
So the last one we got was a Rusher. This one loses Rush. Gains Banish, is Rev Army traded. For me, this card, I feel like Inazuma is still very much of an enigma, so the flavor scale is going to be hard on this one.
Yes.
But for the power scale, I think it's a 2. I think it doesn't play into a lot of what the Revolutionary Army cards have been doing so far. If it had Trigger at least, so it had Pseudo Rush, right? Because you can Trigger play it, and obviously you can play it off Ivankov, and it's like, it can't attack that turn, but it can attack the next turn. Free-rolled it. I just don't think the Banish is good enough with the other kind of free roll methods the rev cards have, and that's what they want to do right now.
Yeah, I mean, so
I give it a 2.
If you put it in the Bella Betty like stuff, I mean, like it pumps it up, right? I mean, it gets the Banish like automatically from the Bella Betty like effect. I mean, I think it follows the Inazuma like what we've seen and know about Inazuma cards, where once Inazuma hits a certain power threshold, XYZ happens.
Well, no, the other one is what another character does.
Oh.
And then the other, what's the other one? It's not blocker.
The blue.
It gains blocker when your threshold, right? Or it gets power?
Yeah. When your threshold is like whatever.
I just don't think this card is very good. Like it's very fine. I think it's
it's like an okay.
But I think it's like 3 for me is like I would play it in a deck, right? And I think there's just better options, so I give it a 2, right? Like I would play the Red Purple Udo. Obviously, it's a leader, so it gets a little boost in that way.
Yeah.
This one, I don't think I've even played in the Rev Army. I would definitely play it in like pre-release, but in just like instructed, I wouldn't play this card, so I give it a 2. 3 is like you have to be a 3 to get played, unless I literally just need the card type.
Yeah, I would say like it's a 2 to 3 for me, just because I can see it being teched in if NL was like all of a sudden like mollywopping everybody again, but I don't see that being the case.
Flavor,
I don't see it being the case, and playing Bella Betty in the same like I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
for me, flavor, this is like a 2. It's not off. It's just like there's nothing really going on.
It feels like a common card.
Yeah, it is. Porto Bakov, 6k power for 5. On play, look at the top 3 cards from your deck and play 1 Rev Army character with 5,000 power or less, then place the rest at the bottom. Is Rev Army traded? Obviously, this card is a slam dunk edition. I give this card a 4 on the power scale. I think 4 might seem high compared to other things we're gonna say 4 is today, and it's because the general leader or what the deck is doing is bad. But for what this card is doing on its own, this is so good, and I give this a 4.
Agreed. I give it a 4 as well. I think it's an auto-include, so a lot of cases. I just, for flavor, I don't know what's happening with the microphone stand.
I think this is in New Comma Kingdom, and
yeah, absolutely.
But they're just performing. They're just,
where's the mic?
Show.
There's no mic.
That's not. Well, don't worry about where the mic is.
I'm so confused.
I give it a 4. I think this is Ivankov showing up. This is Ivankov showing off what they got, and they got it all.
Right. 3 because I'm befuddled by the microphone. I'm still stuck there.
The mic's gonna show up in another card. Like, there it is! Baron Omatsuri, a film card, 3,000 for 2, 1,000 counter. On play 1 Lily Carnation from your hand.
Yes, it's a dual card.
So I'm gonna like wait till we get the Lily Carnation to rate this.
Yep.
Because it totally 100% depends on that.
Yep.
Flavor wise, this is like a 5. This makes sense for the character.
I think it's a 5 as well, just because the art is uncharacteristically good for like a comic.
Yeah, and also like it does exactly what you want it to do. It features the character it's playing, so I like it. We have Gaspard. It's vanilla. Is film, former Navy, and Gasparde Pirates. For vanilla, most vanillas we get a 1. I give this a 2 because it's both film and former Navy, which counts as Navy traded.
Yep.
So I'm gonna give it a 2 because of the trading.
I'll give it like a 2 just because it's a relevant like 6, 8K.
And I don't remember this guy, so no flavor rating.
Yep.
Saga, film, Asuka Island, 5,000 for 4 with 2K countered. So rate's great here.
Yep.
We're looking great. Slash. Dawn 1 when attacking, this character gains 1,000 power. So it's a 7K. Then trash one of your film type characters at the end of this. Ooh. I didn't. That wasn't even scripted. That's like my actual reaction. The fact that it's like flexible.
It's a 2K counter.
It's film. It's flexible. I'll give it a 3. It's.
I'll give it
playable.
It's
playable because it's a 2K counter, and then everything else is like.
I was about to say I was gonna give it a 3 just because it has a 2K counter on it. Maybe you just play it, maybe you don't. I mean, it feels like an X-Drake, so.
I don't think I don't know about like the event being flavorful. Like the card, I think it's a 3 on the flavor scale because I think the art is really good for Saga.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I'm missing something specific from how he works that makes the effect. That's like supposed to be a big part of it for me, but yeah.
This set has really made me think about like how many One Piece films I haven't watched. So don't come for me, dude.
That's a big flavor. That's a big flavor win for the set. I feel like, right?
Yeah.
Woo! Hold on. We can make it better. Woo! We have 10 drop Shanks. 10 drop, 12,000 power slash. On play, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 10,000 or less. Film, the 4 Emperors and Red Hair Pirates traded. This card is a huge win.
So good.
This is a 5 on both scales. It's so powerful. It's everything a 10 drop should be. It has all the relevant traits. It has like the most flavorful shit. It's like Shanks. Every time Shanks shows up, he just busts the biggest mother in the face.
So
good. The second he shows up, and that's what the effect is.
Yep, it's good. I don't know. This is a 5/5 for me.
This is a perfect 5/5.
This is a perfect 5/5. And it's also illustrated by Akira Agawa. Akira Agawa.
Did the Zoro.
This one right here.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
This art is so good.
Yeah, this is great. And like
Shanks is my favorite card. Like,
it's just good in red. It's just good in film. Like it's just good.
Shanks is my favorite character, so it's also like, I'm completely unbiased. So.
Cosplay photo?
No!
We have Schneider. Another vanilla. It's film. The other one was film Navy, which is why I rated it so high. This was still film, so I'm not going to give it a 1 like I would most vanillas. I'll give it a 2. This is one of the cards I'm super high on as a Red Purple Law player. I can't pronounce his name. I'm gonna Shiraya. Wow, we got it wrong. It might sound really racist. At least for me, I'm the white one.
I'm gonna face the wall.
Yeah. 4,000 for 3 with strike. 1,000 counter. Blocker copies the power of your opponent's leader at the time of attacking or blocking when it attacks or blocks. No, only once per turn. So if you have a way to like restand it and then attack again, it's the first time. This card's just great. It's great in Red Purple Law. It's great in film. It's not the most powerful thing. I think it's a really fair grade, so I'm giving this a 4.
I'm gonna give it a. I think it's a good card. I don't know. I'm between a 4 and a 5 right now.
Every time the leader attacks into anything on your board and this can block, the leader's a 1K counter. Which is really important in the Yamato format.
Yeah. I'm stuck between a 4 and a 5. I have no idea who this is, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I can't remember who he is, but he's going in my decks. I'll have 4 of him soon.
Sure is.
I don't know. He doesn't. He's from the shipbuilding town, but doesn't seem to be building ships. There's an AI too.
Oh, he has an AA.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's cool.
No, he's a 3. I'm sure it's better than we think it is.
Like
I also need to go back and rewatch a bunch of the films.
Yeah.
Douglas Bullet looking like an absolute demon now. No, this isn't Dougie B. This is no longer Dougie B. This is Dougie D. Lin. The D stands for Dawn, though. 7,000 power for 6 with strike, 1,000 counter. If your leader has film type, this character gains blocker. This film, the Pirate says, this is a 2 for me. It's conditionally like a 3.
Yeah.
The only way it's not a 3 is conditional on having a leader, which there's only 2 of, right? There's just Red Uda and now Red Purple Uda, right? I'm not mistaken. So for now, this is a 2. This is a huge flavor for me. This is a 4. I mean, I would have liked to see like something else going on with the effect. But the art's great, so I give this a 4 for flavor.
Art's cool. I'm actually putting this at 1. I don't know. I don't feel good playing a 6K, like a 6 cost blocker at 7K.
Well, it's not. It's conditional block.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I mean, like, of course, if you're gonna play this card, you're gonna think it's a blocker, right? No way you put this in like.
I just give it the 2 because when it is a blocker, it's better than the vanilla that's normally a 1.
I mean,
that's where I'm at.
Unless you're playing pre-release and you pull Uta and then you pull this guy, then it's pretty cool. But
yeah. I can't, if I'm giving vanillas, generally giving vanillas 1, I have to give this a 2 because it has something on it.
Okay.
That's kind of where I'm at, right?
I see.
Like, unless the thing on it is literally irrelevant, but it's blocker, which is relevant.
Okay, for sure.
Right.
All right.
I mean, we can disagree.
I mean, for sure. 2 of us. I think it's 1 because it sucks.
Well, here's one for you, Top Musica.
Oh.
6,000 for 5 with special, 1K counter. Just film. Activate me once per turn, you may wrestle one of your Uda cards. So not just the leader. Is there a red? There's the recurring one.
The recurring one.
The fact that like
is it Uta cards? It's Uta cards. Does it count as leader?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
As leader.
So you can rest the leader, but then you don't attack with the leader. So that's the problem. I give it a 2. It's conditionally good.
I'll give it a 2 as well. Same reason. Yeah, whatever.
I feel like what is essentially spoiler alert, the big bad of this movie should have got a better card.
I mean, flavor wise, in terms of effect, it's cool. I like that.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it rests in Uta.
It'd be better if one of the Uta leaders couldn't attack.
Can Uta recur this guy? No, it's 3 or less, right?
Too small.
Yeah.
Or too big. Too big.
Too
big. Flavor wise, I do like that it's like, you use Uta to make this more powerful. So I'm gonna give it like a 3. Bear King 6,000 for 5. Film Trump Pirates automatically to 0. Moving on. If your opponent has a leader or character with a base power 6,000 or more, this character cannot be KO'd. This card is very interesting. There's only 2 6K base leaders, right?
Yes. Works in Whitebeard, works in Red Purple Luffy.
So the opponent has it. It's asymmetrical.
This is 0, brother. I don't know what to tell you.
No, but okay, I think this is a 1. The Trump Pirates makes it a 0. But here's the real thing. Are they implying they're about to release a bunch more 6K leaders? Because it seems so niche unless you're like, oh yeah, we're totally doing more 6K leaders.
I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them, but also I just don't want to live in a world like that. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, like, 6K has a.
I'll remember this guy, so I'm just gonna pass on the flavor. Monkey D Luffy. The red film searcher is finally here. 3K for 2, 1,000 counter. On play, look at top 3 cards of your deck. Reveal film, add it to your hand, rest on the bottom. But as trigger on play effect.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Okay. You don't play the card.
You don't play the card.
It becomes, so it goes to your yard when it's done.
Okay.
It basically becomes like the one event search card, right? When they have trigger. So this one's interesting. I give this card like a 3 because you don't play the card. If you played the card, I'd probably give this a 4.
Trigger's interesting on this guy. Why are we putting a trigger on this?
Like, they just keep value.
Right.
It's just because they don't have an event search. So like, this is counter replacing the event search.
Because they can't make him a 1/2. Is that why?
I think they probably just don't want to make it a 1/2. Normally I would give this card like a 2. But because even though it's not gonna be the best deck right now, and I don't even think Red Purple Lobby plays it, this is the film searcher, and it's a flexible film searcher, and we will continue to see red film be built on in the future, and then red can cross with other colors that film. So I'm giving this like tentatively a 3.
Yeah, for your reason, I might give it a 3, but I also like my heart leans on 2 just because I don't know, that trigger feels wonky and weird, and I don't like it. So
yeah, and then flavor wise, it's like Luffy's always be exploring.
It's a Luffy.
It's a 3. I also just don't think they picked a great Luffy film to do it with.
To be honest, the non-altered version is better than this version.
I think so too. Yeah.
Because the hogs are more out in this one. Yeah, we only get one.
Well, I think it's more obvious.
Little
I think it's more obvious what movie is being referenced here, right? If you just don't know the outfit on its own. So I think that's.
I mean, this one we get. We only get the left big toe. The other one we get the whole right foot.
Ratchet is a 0 for 1 with 1,000. Film Mecha Island on your opponent's attack. You may trash any number of film type cards from your hand. Your leader or one of your characters gains 1,000 power during this battle for every card trashed. Yeah, card seems not very good. If it like had blocker or had a regular power set like a 1/2 or 1/3.
Why is it a 1/0?
Yeah, it acts like the ability is extremely good.
Tama beats the shit out of this guy.
Yeah, like basically just makes your leader have ace for film. So I don't think that's that great. I give this card a 1, honestly. I don't think it's even conditionally good.
Give this card a 1.
And I don't remember who this is, but I don't like how shirtless he is, so I'm going to give him a 1 on the flavor scale.
You do be dressing Ratchet.
Yep. The Lily Carnation is here.
Okay.
So it's a 0/4, 1,000 counter. Activate main once per turn. You may trash one of your characters with 6,000 power or more. So it's not like film traded.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the film part. Play up to one film type character with 2,000 to 5,000 power from your trash rested.
So it recurs something, but it kills something.
And you can, you can't trash the original dude, which we need to raid as well.
You can't even kill it. Yeah.
So you can't do him. But you can go Dawn and kill him, right? So you can do that.
Sure.
And then you can cheat a 5 into play. But this doesn't like do anything on its own. This is so interesting to me because I love playing like Graveyard Synergy, Reanimator, or mid-range type decks. So I usually lean on the Graveyard in all my card games. So this is interesting to me. I'm gonna give this a 2 because on face value, it's not doing shit right now.
Pull out top
but this card could be extremely busted at a later point.
You could pull out top musical with this guy. You could pull out another Lily Carnation with this guy.
But it's like no good. That's the thing. There's like no good targets, right? There's like no good targets. There's no good like value engines to pair with it. Yeah. It's just its own right now.
I'm trying to think of all the film cards, and I mean like Uta also recurs things, so it's like.
I'd rather just play Uta, I think,
I'd
right?
rather play Uta, yeah.
Yeah, I mean this puts in the play, which is the difference. And you also take a 6,000 and play a 5,000.
I mean, maybe I cook that.
And it comes in rested. At least like the one thing I can see, right, is like you attack with some dude that also has block like Shiryu, right?
Yeah.
Now it has 6,000 because you put Dawn on your copy or whatever. Then you sack it to replay it to be able to block.
Yeah.
But it can't do that. So I give it a 2. I think the flavor on the on this card though is pretty high. I think it's like a 4.
I'm gonna give it a. I think I'm gonna give it a 1 bordering on 2. I'm giving it a 1 just because I know that when I pull this on pre-release, I'm gonna like groan really bad.
Sure. Yeah.
That's about it.
This is not uncommon.
Yeah.
Raise Max.
Oh, Raise Max.
Look, dude, look at that pucker, dude. Look at the pucker. 2,000 for 1. Gordon's back as a film revolutionary card, which means you put it at the bottom of your deck, and you give a opponent's character minus 2,000 in return. This card is a 4. On the flavor, it's a 3 inches, you know, kind of being Raise Max. But it's a 4. Gordon is super powerful tool. The thing is, people are like, it's a reprint. It's worse than a reprint, sir, because now we can run 8. Not that it's always correct to run 8.
Yeah, but we can.
And now it's also film and revolutionary instead of just film.
So it actually has access to Bellow stuff, so it actually becomes relevant.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's great.
This is a 4 for me. Easy. This card's just great. The only thing keeping me with 5 is that it's like a 1/2. So it's almost always going to be utility. You can Makino it up, right?
Yeah.
But it's not going to be like, you know, it's not like, I feel like the Makino decks don't play this with the exception of like red, green, Lawson.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I think they only play it as a 2 also. But I mean, like, the cool tech you could do with this is like you could pump it up and then like swing and then like activate it, right? So then.
Oh yeah,
That's great.
I've done a bunch.
Yeah.
Meteor Strike of Love. 2 costs event main counter. A lot of main counter stuff coming out around this set between this and the
and the
starter deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Add a card from the top of your life to your hand. Up to one of your leader or character cards gets 3,000 power during this turn. Film Straw Hat.
Really good.
Yeah, it's nice that it's flexible. Is 1 life worth it on defense? Because it's like, I don't know. Like I feel like that's a lot. It's good on attack because you're probably just going for game.
I think it's good situationally because of if you see an opponent has like set up for wide, then this is pretty good. But yeah, adding.
Oh wait, it's during this turn.
During this turn.
Hold on. Yeah, that's how it has to work for combat.
Yeah.
That's how it works for combat. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. And it's film traded. Oh, okay. Hold on.
Reevaluate. Run it back.
This is a 3. I think it's still too conditional. Is the problem? I think if we were like looking at cards, I'm trying to grave cards.
Yes.
In course of like the context of other cards,
Yeah.
like when you're actually playing them.
Yeah.
Because I think it's more helpful to tell people, this is a good card. And then when they try to build a deck with it, they're like, why is this not doing anything? It's like, oh, because other cards exist.
Yeah.
I gave us a 3, and just asterisk that this card could be very, very good in the future because it's also straw hat rated.
I'm going to agree with that.
This is like a 3+. Yes. Like, this is like an A+ card.
3.5.
It's like a B, it's like a C+, you know?
I'm going to agree with that.
No, you know what? It's a C. It's coded. It's C++. Flavor, I actually give this a 1. There's like no flavor going on here. It's just, when did Luffy do the meteor kick? Here's a shot, and we didn't make a new shot, it's the back shot.
Yep.
But, you know. Gum Gum King Kong Gatling. A 2-cost main event up to one of your leader characters gains 3,000 for the turn. If your opponent has a character with 7k or more, add up to one of your leader or character cards. Or sorry, up to one of your leader or character cards gains 1,000 during this turn. Trigger Jet Pistol for 5k.
So it's a radical beam sometimes. Right? Is that what that is? No.
No. You get extra 1,000 if your opponent has a 7,000, but you can also put it somewhere else.
Oh.
So you can give all 4. You have 3,000 on the red. No matter what the board state is, you get 3,000 on your leader or a character.
Okay.
Main only also. It's not counted.
Right.
Then, if your opponent has a 7k or more, add another 1,000, but you can split it.
Yeah.
It's up to one of your leaders or characters again. It's not that like target, you know.
Ooh.
So I don't know. 3?
I think it's a 3 because of things like Use's Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also in the film variant, so you can trash it the stuff too.
Yeah.
This card's pretty good.
It's all right.
Flavor, I give it a 2. This is like,
I don't know.
it's really, in my opinion, it makes it so hard to make any sort. And granted, they don't have manga to pull from. They only have movie stuff, but the movies are also more highly animated, right? And so whenever it's a Luffy like Gum Gum attack and it looks like shit, it's just insulting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Blue Dragon Seal Water
Stream. This card. God, what is going? I don't know.
Main KO opponent's character with 5k or less power. So it's just a 3 removal spell with trigger to do 4,000 or less. It's film and Straw Hat Crew though, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah.
It's a 3-drop jet pistol for 5k. I give this a 4.
I think it's a 4 as well, just for the same thing. I mean, like it's basically jet pistol, but -1 on both the cost and the power that you're KOing. So.
And red removals at an all-time like not the most relevant thing in the meta right now, but we all know how good a card like jet pistol is.
Oh yeah.
And this is like, hey, is the meta reflecting that we don't need to care about 6, we need to care about 5, or you can reduce down the 5 easier, like as easy as you can get the 6. Yeah, you'll run this.
Yeah, but I mean, like with the advent of all these Useless Kids coming around, I mean, like things like Round Table and Robin are just really way more efficient. So I don't know.
It's interesting. I think it's above a 3 though, because it kills 3s. Like if we're saying a vanilla is like 3 plus 2k, right? It kills an opponent's 3 for 3. It has a trigger to help kill things as well. Not exactly the same thing. And we know red and film has a lot of reduction in it.
Right.
So it's like not even that it's like, oh, it hits the same cost. Like it can go above and beyond. So if we call it like jet pistol, in my opinion, is a high 4. This is like a low 4.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with like just a straight 3 for me. I mean, like just because like the removal that I'm gonna need necessarily whenever I'm playing red is gonna be higher than like 5. I don't know. Like if I'm comboing off of like other cards to get things lower down, I might as well just do it like bigger already. So that's just where I'm at. I think it's a preference.
This is a 1 on the flavor. This flavor looks, there's nothing going on.
It's a blur.
Also, like, it's supposed to be like a seal. Like, right? Like, we're supposed to be sealing something.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the scene is.
This looks like just literally looks like an animation blur. It looks like an in-between.
All right, guys, that's our review on the red cards from OP06. Let us know your thoughts down below. I don't know, like, cards are subjective. We're trying to give you a guidepost. So obviously, if you have a passionate disagreement, let us know in the comments down below.
In fact, really let us know, because then we'll run it.
Yeah, then, you know, we might react, we might reply, and we'll make a TikTok on it. Also, subscribe for all of our other reviews. Check out the channel as well, and we'll see you guys later.
Thank you.